Still unfolding another day on the picket line in Grand Blanc Township for members of Teamsters Local 332. The union has yet to reach a deal with Henry Ford Health after nurses walked off the job on Labor Day.
TV5's Zane O'Meara has more from both sides of the picket line on what's the sticking point in negotiations.
Nurses are out here on the picket line even in the rain. But on day 22, it still seems there's no end in sight yet for the strike. Teamsters Local 332 President Dan Glass weighing in on the strike as nurses begin another week without a contract.
If they come in and fix this commit to ratios, it will go from a labor dispute to a hospital recognizing that the patients do come first and their employees.
A spokesperson for the hospital says the contract put on the table includes the same nurse to patient ratios included in the Teamsters contract that expired August 20th. An important change is the premium paid tied to those ratios.
They removed a couple charts and some other combined a couple classifications. So that's not accurate. The current language was not proposed in our last best offer.
Under the expired contract, Henry Ford Health says Teamsters were eligible for premium pay based on the number of patients they care for each day. The hospital says the clause incentivized coordinated call-offs, where Teamsters take turns calling off scheduled shifts so those who show up can get the premium pay. But Glass says the additional staffing incentives in the last contract were based on vacancy rates.
Vacancy rates are set a month out when the schedule is set, and they know whether or not they're over a certain vacancy rate. And anybody that was working in those areas that had the vacancy rate that met the staffing incentive did receive additional pay.
According to Henry Ford Health, Teamsters members called off 5,872 times between January 1st and August 18th, with a dramatic peak just before the evening shift. Number Glass disputes.
What that was short-term leaves, PTO, FMLA, the actual call-ins that our members, are being, in my opinion, Henry Ford smearing across the media is that they were 5,000 call-ins. No, the numbers they gave us were 1,872 call-ins from January 1 into July of 25. We figured the numbers out at 750. It was an average of 2.5 call-ins per person over a 7-month period, which is not significant at all.
And Glass says there needs to be incentives for people to take extra shifts.
No different than McLaren, Hurley, any other hospital in the state of Michigan that has staffing shortage.
Glass says both parties are set to go back to the bargaining table this Friday.
We are willing to work together and get this done, but you have to leave our contract alone, commit to ratios, and we can move forward building this hospital into the standard that it was 20 years ago.
In Grand Blanc Township, Zane O'Meara, WNEM TV5.
Henry Ford Health sent us a statement on the ongoing nurses' strike, saying in part, quote, while we may not agree on every detail, we believe Henry Ford Genesys Hospital and Teamsters share the same goal, keeping Genesys strong. We're committed to working with our union partners to develop a long-term plan that will ensure the hospital continues serving the community. We know that this requires collaboration, and we are eager for the Teamsters to join us in this effort. Stay with TV5 for continuing coverage of the Henry Ford Genesys nurses strike.